scientists. You know what? I was just talking to myself and I was thinking, when I was making coffee this morning, I noticed my coffee filter was brown and it had like soaked up all this color. And it made me start wondering when I made that observation, I wonder if I use other colors on a coffee filter, what would happen? Can you help me think like a scientist now and help me do this experiment? Do you think you can? Yeah, you want to experiment and be science? Let's do it. Okay, so what you're going to need is your science bag. You're going to get out your coffee filter. And I need you to get out a black marker, a black Crayola marker. In your science bag, you should also have this science tool, a pipette. This is called a pipette and it looks like this. You also have cups in there, so get out your cup and fill it with a little bit of water. And you're also going to need a plate of some sort to do your experiment on so it doesn't get wet. I just need you to watch first because we don't want to experiment while we're working around our iPad because we don't want the water get everywhere. But you're going to help me with this observation because I had that question, what will happen if I put other colors on my coffee filter? So to do this, you need to do the scientific method. Think like a scientist. So I made an observation and asked a question. What will happen when we put other colors on our coffee filter? So we're going to use black and we're going to put it on and I'm going to add the water just like when I was making coffee with the brown. But now we got to hypothesize. That's the next step. What do you think's going to happen? You have to think of that. I wonder if it's going to just stay black and nothing's going to happen because black is a darker color than brown. What's your hypothesis? What do you think's going to happen? Yeah, maybe, good hypothesis. Okay, so now the next step, do you remember what to do next when you think like a scientist? You have to experiment, test the question. So let's see what's going to happen. So to do this experiment, on your plate, you're going to have to put your coffee filter and spread it out. Fold it in half and then fold it in half again. That way you get a point. Now when you open it up, in the middle of that point, that X, you're going to take your black marker and you're going to put the color there. Make a big black circle about that size. Do you see that? Now you're going to experiment and analyze on your own. And this is what I want you to do. On your cup, you're going to put your pipette. And to use a pipette, you're going to squeeze the top, the bulb, put it in your water, and it sucks it up. Do you see that? Now, when you squeeze gently, a pipette lets you do 1 drop at a time. You're going to drop the water onto the black dot. And you're just going to have to experiment. Start dropping it on and see what happens. I'm not going to do it for you because I want you to look. Then you're going to have to analyze it. You're going to study and see what happened. You're going to look carefully. I'm going to do it right now. So I'm going to do a few drops on mine. Wow. I'm not going to tell you what happened because you're going to have to do the experiment on your own. And then I want you to just analyze and watch it and see what happens in your experiment. Well, that's pretty cool. Wow. Oh, I can't wait for you to do your experiment. And then you're just going to watch it, just a few drops. Then when you're ready to report, you share your information. You're going to get out your journal. And at the top, you're going to write your code date, 10-2-20, and write the word scientist. Here I have before. Maybe you just put B for before. That's fine too. I drew my coffee filter and the black dot. Then here I have my cup of water and my pipette. Then after, I want you to now look at your experiment and show me what happened after you put your water on it, okay? Make sure you use correct colors because scientists, when they're Reporting, someone can look at your sheet and see what happens. If you're not using correct colors, then they won't really know. When you're finished recording on Seesaw, you're going to take a picture of your journal, your report, and you're going to use the microphone to tell me the steps and what you saw happened after you did your experiment. Then I want you to think, what other questions do you have? Are you now wondering what other colors might do? Maybe you can keep experimenting. You should have 2 coffee filters, or maybe your parents have more. Also, make sure that when you're doing this experiment and you're ready to do your experiment, that you have an adult or a grown-up help you, okay? Have fun experimenting, friends. I can't wait to see your report. Bye, scientists.